poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at another anime review, and today we're looking at Spy Family, which is one of the new gen animes. It's getting its own movie soon. It's getting season 2 out some point next year as well, and it is one of the more popular, really hyped up animes. And I decided to give it a watch. I watched the first part of it when it first came out, and now I've watched the second part. So we're going to take a look at season 1 as a whole in this video, and I have watched a few episodes with my girlfriend, I watched a few episodes with family, with friends, and I watched the end bit on my own because I am a sad loner and I get bored at work easily. So with it being dead silence in here for most of the time, I have to make some noise in the background, and when I don't have much work to do, just slap on some anime, get some episodes done, so then I can work on a review for you guys later on that day as well. So here is Spy Family. It does have 25 episodes in season 1, all running for about 20 minutes long, and I do watch dub, so I do want to get that out of the way, because I struggle to read. So Agent Twilight, the greatest spy of the nation of the West, allies, assembles a fake family in order to infiltrate an elite private school, not realizing he recruited a psychic child and a legendary assassin also in need of a cover family. Again, that proved that I don't read well. But from episode 1 is Operation Strix, secure a wife, prepare for interview, the prestigious school interview, will they pass or fail, the friendship scheme, the target's second son. So episode 1 is Operation Strix. We get introduced to Twilight and his daughter, or his fake daughter, being Anya. Number 2 is secure a wife, because they find out that to enter this school, to get close to the second son, you need, obviously, a wife. The next couple of episodes are the counter-secret police cover operation, show off how in love you are, the greatest dodgeball plan, Stella, Penguin Park. And with Stella, you need at least 5 Stellas, 8 Stellas, to get into a party with his Damien kid, so then you can meet his father, who obviously Lloyd Forger or Twilight needs to meet. Project Apple, disarm the time bomb, a new family member, Yours Kitchen, the Information's great romance plan. Then we have Carry Out the Griffin Plan, Full Metal Lady, and Omelette Rice. Uncle the Private Tutor, and Daybreak. Pretty much in part 2 of season 1, they all split off into their own family groups, and they all have their own individual stories, so that's why the title is broken up into a couple parts, because each family member has their own story arc, and their own story that they're going through here. We then also have a revenge plot against Desmond, Mama becomes the wind, investigation, the general hospital, decipher the perplexing code, Nightfall, first fit of jealousy, the underground tennis tournament, then we have the unwavering path, the role of a mother and wife, shopping with friends, first contact, and that is all of them. First contact is when he actually meets Desmond, or Damien's dad, Desmond. There is a lot of very posh British names here, and I don't know why. So, now I've covered all the episodes as like an overall arcing story. I'm going to go into some of them a little bit more detail. So we do start off the story with our spy Twilight, sets up his goal, sets up how great he is, which is really nice. He's this greatest, impeccable spy that there ever was. And he's been sent on this mission to stop a war happening between the east and the west of the world. He then needs to get to this guy, Desmond, who he needs to get into this school to actually meet, because he's on, high, strict, he's always guarded, he's heavily, sort of goes underground, he's left the public eye, so this is the only way you can actually meet him. So he gets a child, which is called Anya Forger. She is younger than everyone else thinks, but she's a mind reader, and she is trying to please everyone, and it gets into a couple of funny gags with it. It doesn't really explain why she she had experiments done on her, but other than that, it doesn't explain why the experiments were done or anything like that to make her this mind reader. I believe she was supposed to be this government weapon that escaped, but there's nothing really more to that. They sort of give up on that storyline and continue with Lloyd's, which I think is a more interesting storyline anyway. But then they need a wife to get into this school, so they obviously get Yor, who is an assassin, and they're all hiding their secrets from each other. So Lloyd is hiding that he's a spy, going undercover as a medical doctor of the mind. He's like a therapist. Then we have Anya, who's just pretending to be a normal kid, trying to please her parents and everyone around her by reading their minds and trying to do what they want from her, while also getting what she wants, and just being a normal child. And then we have Yor, who's trying to be a good mother, but she isn't really good at that because she's shit at cooking. And they make a big focus on the fact that she's shit at cooking, and that's literally the only role that she's shit at. But that's like the whole premise, saying she's a bad mother because she can't cook. But she is an assassin, and this kid is obsessed with this spy show, and it's like a common theme where Lloyd is like, that's not what real spies do. And then Anya's trying to be a real spy, always playing spies. She gets into this school and makes a friend who falls in love with a dad, which is kind of weird because these are like first graders, which is like, 7 or 8 year olds. So I have no idea why she's fallen in love with Lloyd. But anyway, it's a plot point. I think they waste a couple of episodes in part 2, trying to focus on this one kid who is apparently getting expelled. It doesn't really add much to the story. It's more like a filler episode. And I feel like part 1 of Spy Family Season 1 was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed it. It was very plot lore heavy. Everything was moving forward. Every episode felt important. Everything felt important as it progressed gradually through the story. And then I started watching part 2, and I was like, hey, that's the voice of Bakugo doing a dog thing. They also get a dog which can tell the future. I forgot about that. The new member of the family is a dog called Bond. Agent Bond. James Bond. But he can tell the future, and Anya can read his mind so she can see the future. And Lloyd has this friend who's like really good at gathering information, like a spy friend, and he keeps telling him not to get too close to the family. But as the season progresses, and I knew this straight from the get-go, as soon as he said it, as soon as this season, this whole anime started, I was like, right, Lloyd's gonna get really attached to Yor and Anya. Their secrets are going to come out, causing conflict and mistrust between them. But in the end, they're going to all forgive each other and be a happy family. I think they'll all still do their jobs of being a spy, assassin, and mind reader. But, I think they will actually get married in the end. And I do believe true feelings will, evolve. And Lloyd just won't dip at the end. I do believe, it's going to be a full-fledged thing, and they will actually get married, and they will fall in love at the end. It's the trope that I'm getting from this. It's the trope that always happened. You make a family for a specific reason. They then find out you're a spy. They get angry at you. You still need them to be part of the family. You win them back, but the way you win them back is because you actually love them, and you prove that to them, and then you get married, and then it's a lovey, happy family. So I do believe that's how the season, or this whole anime, will end. Not this season, how it will end when it ends, if you get what I mean. But the animation style is really good. I really like the animation. The facial expressions that they pull, especially Anya's facial expressions, they're very expressive. And Lloyd can look very happy, very charming, and then he can get really serious and look like a demon just with the sort of grey out eyes that they do on him. The voice acting is great as well. We have some other people, like the voice actor for Asta voices Yor's brother. The voice actor for Bakugo is the dog stealer, the dog trader, whatever you want to call it. We do have loads of different spy missions with Lloyd going to find penguins, and we do see how him dressing up as other people actually affects the other people and their lives after the mission is done. Because we have him dress up as a penguin guy who's working with the penguins. He does all this cool stuff, and then the guy puts him in charge at the end, like the actual new guy, and he doesn't understand why, and there's going to be a lot of conflict there, which we won't get to see, but you can imagine how much that has affected him because of what Lloyd has done. Overall, the main focus is to get Anya into school, get her to do all her stuff right on time, get her, like, stellar stars, and avoid the lightning bolts, otherwise she'll be kicked out of school, because she has to become friends with Desmond, so then the parents can meet, and then Twilight or Lloyd gets closer to whoever it is. We do have a little bit of conflict in the wife department with Daybreak, I do believe. No, that's another one. It is Midnight. I don't know her name. I forgot her name. There is another female spy that is a trainee to Lloyd and who loves Lloyd called Fiona. And she's trying to replace Yor, but they don't know Yor as an assassin. Yor's brother works for the secret police, which is the opposite of what Twilight is, who's a spy, and they are trying to capture Twilight. So Yor's brother is constantly looking for Twilight, but Twilight is basically under his nose. He also has a weird obsession with his sister, which is like a normal anime trope, but I think it's disgusting. Just how attached he is to his sister, it's just gross and it's not needed. We also have like episodes where Anya goes on a shopping trip. I guess it develops the character a little more by putting them in normal situations, getting to explore them outside the spy missions. But I just find those episodes slightly boring. Like, Anya goes on a shopping spree with her friend, which is in love with her dad. And I didn't enjoy it. Part 2 of Spy Family, I really enjoyed it up until after the dog section, after the penguin section as well. Those two bits were the best part of part 2, and then it went severely downhill, and I stopped enjoying it as much. I was just trying to speed through it, get it done, get it out the way. I wasn't enjoying it as much. I think it really went downhill in part 2, and I don't know why I felt this way, because when watching part 1 of the season, I was hyped for the next episode. I was hyped to watch it. I was excited. I was ready for when the episode dropped, and then part 2 came out, and I was like, oh, this isn't as good as what I remember it. I'm not enjoying it as much. I just want it to end. I want to get through it as fast as I can, just to get it over with. Because once I start an anime, I don't drop it. I see it to the end. Because I don't know if it's just having a down period, or if it gets better. I don't know. I see it to the end if I start watching an anime. I don't know what that says about me, but I do. And I had to finish it. There was like 5 episodes left. I'm like, right, this is like 2 hours worth of content here. I can do it. Push through. Keep going. Leave the phone. I kept looking at my phone, going to pick it up, and then I'm like, no, watch the anime. And it was just draining me. I'm not sure if I'm burnt out or whatever. It's just I was struggling to watch the end of this so much, and I don't know why. The hype had just gone for this, and I don't know if that was because I was watching it all at once and I wasn't being separated. It just lost all its magic for me. I still want to watch the rest of it. I still want to see how the story goes and progresses. I'm just not that excited about it, which is unfortunate because I do think it's a good anime. It's got some really nice animation scenes, some good fight scenes, blood splatters. We got good characters, and the development of these characters. You can clearly see how Twilight has started to care more about Yor and Anya as the season has gone on. You can see how they care more about Lloyd as well, and they've all become like a proper family, caring about each other, caring about their roles, and just wanting to be around each other. But yeah, the voice acting is good as well. They have so much emotion, except Lloyd, who seems like dead most of the time, but as the season went on, he shows more and more emotion. And I thought there was too much focus on Anya. I don't know why there was so much focus on Anya. I didn't really like her as a character. I much prefer Lloyd. But yeah, that's just my opinion on this. I am going to give it a solid 7 out of 10 because I did like it at the start. It still has good animation. The quality hasn't dipped. I just feel like the story has taken a nosedive towards the end of the season. It did get quite boring and repetitive. But I could get a lot of hate for my opinion, but this is my opinion. I'm allowed mine, you're allowed yours. I respect your opinion. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. See you all in the next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. And I just want to hope that what they have in store for Spy Family is better than this last part of this first season, because it really started to dip for me. All right, bye-bye.